What follows is my first documentary. Like the Super Size Me guy back in '04, I've created a low-budget doc in the hopes that it strikes a chord. Unlike the Super Size Me guy, I did not willingly choose the journey I now document. During production, the doc's title was Clap for the Wolfman, an open letter to Lorne Wolfson, but addressing my grievances as a dissatisfied client of Mr. Wolfson evolved into something much more than an open letter to just him. The 8 points I document are demonstrative of my 2-year experience as a respondent in the misandric nightmare that is Ontario family law. Legalized extortion, censored, employs Mr. Wolfson as a symbolic personification of OFL, yet aims far beyond just him, as I believe that the injustice documented is systemic. You may ask, how should I watch this documentary? I'm not going to watch 20 minutes of this shit. The answer depends on who you are. 1. If you work in Canada in the fields of justice, especially family law, or health, especially mental health, you should watch the entire 20-minute documentary with a colleague and then discuss. Our governments talk a good game of caring for diagnosed mentally ill patients, but our justice system destroys their lives for fun and profit. The system is broken and needs fixing. If your profession involves dealing with people with diagnosis, but you are not a doctor, you have no right to say the patient is faking and the doctors are wrong. I believe that the assumption that the man is lying is so prevalent that it has become systemic, and that many of you do not even realize that's your approach day in and day out. Apologies for using third person, but I use it now to illustrate the severity of what we face. On January 16, 2017, a Canadian man went to a Canadian court for justice. As respondent, he diligently followed all legal and medical advice and therefore appeared with solid evidence, while the applicant had none. The man sat by himself in a small room for hours and was then finally led into court, where a judge addressed the man for the first time in his 52 years of tax-paying, law-abiding, hockey-playing, toque-wearing, flag-waving life. That Canadian judge, in that Canadian court, on that Canadian day, sided with the hearsay imputation assessment of the applicant's brother and his unprofessional claim that the man could go earn another $1.75 million by consulting over the solid evidence from 40-year esteemed psychologist Dr. Sean Shearer. Later, as I tried to fathom how we so severely lost at settlement conference, when we had all the evidence, and my lawyer was telling me things like, he flip-flopped like a fish, and I don't think he read the material, he just went on a gut feel. I'm thinking, this will not do. I went to court to have this extortionary injustice stopped, but instead had it rubber stamped. I then spent months and over $2,000 to have Walker Head eventually file a piece of paper that I wrote myself. It was a motion to get the transcripts of my open court proceedings, which would merely be a clerical exercise in a free and open society. I wanted to understand how and why this Canadian judge got my case so very wrong against all evidence, as his honor's ruling that day devastated my already shattered life. His honor denied me my right to my own open court proceedings transcripts. Same judge. Same guy. Okay, so that's the second type of doc viewer. Canadians who are against our justice system treating men like we live in a banana republic. If a man is not entitled to his own open court proceedings transcripts and is denied them by the very same judge, how could anybody possibly call that justice? It stinks to high heaven on appearance alone. Let's see the transcripts. For you YouTube viewers that don't want to bog down in 20 minutes in the details of items 1 through 8, but are concerned about a legal system that treats Canadians like serfs, I suggest that you click on the link below, Part 6, Footnotes. Finally, YouTube clickers looking for eye candy, you're going to want to click on the link below, Part 5, 7-8 Nightmare. Now, here's my first documentary.
Yes, gracious.